Hello once again, everyone, for the final video for today. 9 fucking videos in one day. Absolutely astonishing. I know I didn't even expect me to do this many. But then I gotta go and record some Yoshi because we are on a schedule to try and do some stuff before Xenoblade on Friday because that game is going to suck the life and time right out of me. But I've saved the, I guess you could say, biggest video for last. We're doing a discussion slash news video here. Stupid NX, because you can't go a day without hearing something about the stupid NX, whether it's rumors, whether it's people's opinions, or whatever. Now, I've talked about NX before, so it's no surprise I would talk about it again. So, Digitimes. Rumor, again, that is the keyword, rumor, NX to enter mass production at end of first quarter 2016. Now, let's scroll down and read a little bit about this. I've already read it, but I'll read it to you here. Digitimes, which has been a good source of news in the past, which I don't know if that's true or not, has stated that Nintendo's next platform, which is titled NX, which you mean codenamed NX, will enter mass production at the end of the first quarter next year. Now, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. The end of first quarter. First quarter is January, February, March. So that would mean April 1st, April Fool's Day, is the beginning of quarter 2. So in general, though, it would more than likely mean they are saying April is when Nintendo would start mass producing the NX. But either way, let's continue. The publication also reports that the supply chain expects the Nintendo NX to achieve 10 to 12 million unit shipments in 2016. Digitime also says that Nintendo is targeting to ship 20 million units in 2016. Now let's hold that boat, because a lot of people think that this means something that it doesn't. The keyword here is ship 20 million, or achieve 10 to 12 million unit shipments. That's the key word. Not user base, not people buying the console, not 10 to 12 customers buying it, or 20 million people buying it. It is selling 20 million units in 2016 across the globe in stores. So, if you think about it, though, well, first, there's so many things I gotta say here, but first of all, let's just, for shits and giggles, let's say NX comes out next year. 20 million across the entire globe doesn't seem that high to me. Do you honestly think that every store across the world would sell out? I don't know. Now, I remember Kimishima saying something along the lines of 20 million units user base. But I think that was more of like his hope, or what he would, want to see happen. But I don't think he's actually saying like, "Oh, I guarantee you it," and I think it's definitely likely to happening. I think it's just something, a goal that he himself has set to hopefully achieve. But again, here we hit the problems. But of course, we'll read this last little bit here, and then I'll go back and break this down and pretty much give my reasoning as to why this rumor should be completely ignored. But anyway, the new console is estimated to enter mass shipments in the second quarter. In addition to Foxconn, suppliers such as Foxconn Technology, Macrononics, Pixart Imagining, and Coxon Precise Industrial, I can't even pronounce some of these, Nishoku Technology, Delta Technology, Linkson Precision Industries, and Gentech will also supply components for the device. Okay, now let's break this down. Let's say you are saying that around April they will mass produce the NX. So, has there ever been a video game console that was mass produced? Now, just hear me out here. This is a big one, a big key factor. Has there ever been a console mass produced before it has even been revealed to the world, to the public? Do you see where I'm going with this? The NX will not be revealed until E3. I suppose technically, if Nintendo really fucking wanted to, they could reveal it prior to E3, but then I'm pretty sure that would kill their E3 this year, or next year technically. But I don't think Nintendo's ever revealed a console outside of E3, have they? You'll have to do the research and tell me, but I don't believe they have. Either way, so E3 is June, yet you're saying quarter two is when, or at the end of quarter one, is when they will start mass producing this. Now, granted, quarter two is April, May, June. So if they started at E3 mass producing the NX, that would be at the end of quarter two, not the end of quarter one. That'd be halfway through 2016. Now, I still believe, though, there is, how do I say this, a shred of truth potentially into this, but the issue is that I believe I've said this before and I've said it again, or I'll say it again. NX hand excuse me, NX handheld. So, if the NX handheld is revealed at E3, then mass producing it, if they had planned to reveal it at E3, yes, they could start mass producing it then. But they wouldn't want to produce too much, unlike I don't want an amiibo situation here again. But what happens if they're like, say, May, a month before E3, they decided to mass produce 20 million of these units? What happens if they reveal it at E3 and no one gives a shit? What if it's a repeat of the Wii U? Then what? Then once again, there's stores with NXs, which will not be the final name. I'm calling that right now. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's the fucking code name. There will be sitting in store shelves, like the Wii U's been. And what will we have learned? Nothing. Or I mean, what should Nintendo, or what will have Nintendo learned? Nothing. So, I still think NX or handheld is likely for fall or holiday 2016, with the home console not being till 2017. And I'm not going to go into a long spiel about but Zelda U port to NX. We're not talking about that shit. Or even Pikmin 4 for that matter, since some people think that'll be an NX launch title. But back on point here, I highly think that Nintendo is not even, or they're not even stupid enough to mass produce a product before they even reveal it to the world. Now I've seen people bring up, but Apple does it with iPhones, every 6 months there's a new fucking thing. And it's not even new. It's like, oh, well, this is a 1 pixel better camera. Oh, it's a little sleeker. Oh, it's a little fatter. Oh, it bends a little bit. Idiots. But either way, with a game console, a dedicated game console, which is what we know NX is from the diagram, it's a dedicated game console. No, that does not forcibly mean it's a home console. The 3DS is a dedicated game console, so handhelds are included. I've talked about that and I'm getting off topic. But I just wanted to state that so much of this whole NX rumor mill is straight up phony baloney bullshit. Anyone could have said this. Patchers even jumped on it. And when Patcher's involved, you gotta not take anything seriously. So, and I've even seen people saying oh, we're not gonna hear the NX at E3 or at Game Awards. What part of 2016 do you not understand? Now, let's say NX gets revealed at E3, which it will. Let's say Nintendo mass produces it and people actually like it. Then it could indeed sell very well. But what happens if it's an amiibo situation or original Wii situation where you have to wait 6 months to buy one because it's all sold out? You see, Nintendo's in a very particular spot. They're not like Sony, where they went from the PS3 being a failure its first 5 years, and then to the PS4, which shot off like a rocket, or the Wii being but with Nintendo, I should say, with the Wii being super successful, then the Wii U not being successful. So with Nintendo, people will be watching, people will be listening and looking, but will Nintendo actually be able to, scoop up the consumer base again, including the casuals? I highly, highly doubt it. The casuals, I've said before and I'll say it again, want nothing to do with game consoles. They want apps, they want smartphone crap, they want just 5-minute time wasters, and then they'll move on to virtual reality. So, I don't know. Not much more to say about this. I could go on and on, but I feel like I would just be kind of spinning the old spindle. I'd be going around in circles, repeating myself, so I'm going to wrap this up by simply saying NX will be revealed at E3. It would be stupid as fuck to mass produce the Nintendo NX, or whatever its full name will be, before the public is even aware of it. So, anyway, that's it for this video. I'm finally done with videos for Original Bloodies for today. Now to do some Yoshi videos. We will see you all later in the next video, which will probably be 1 or 2 tomorrow, maybe even a third, but I'm not promising that third. Either way, we'll see you in the next video.